All right, let's go ahead and get started. Thanks, everybody. Good evening and welcome to the June 2025 meeting of the Omaha Public Power District Board of Directors. Thank you all for joining us via WebEx. The Douglas County Civic Center is closed today for the Juneteenth holiday, so we'll be conducting today's meeting via WebEx. Notice of this change was published in the Omaha World Herald on oppd.com and on social media. Online today are my fellow board members, Amanda Bogner, Mike Kavanaugh, Sarah Howard, John Hudson, Craig Moody, Mary Spurgeon, and Eric Williams. We also have CEO Javier Fernandez, Steve Bruckner, our general counsel with the Fraser Stryker Law Firm, and members of our board meeting support staff online. OPPD's executive leadership team and subject matter experts also are participating in today's meeting via WebEx. And additionally, we have about 24 people consisting of OPPD employees and members of the public. Thank you all for joining us. I'll now ask CEO Javier Fernandez to provide the safety briefing.
Thank you, Chair Core. This is going to be a little different safety briefing because it's an online meeting and we haven't had one of these in a while. So again, all the physical safety reminders apply, but especially when you're at home, I would encourage you to look around for trips, for hazards. If you have to exit your place of work or at home, make sure that that the floor is free of cords and bags and things that you can trip on. This is also a good opportunity for us to remind our customer owners and our employees about updating, making sure that you have your fire extinguishers that are still valid, that they have not expired, making sure that you have a first aid kit at home with everything you need at home. It is unlikely that you will have an AED at home, but if you're at a place of work, make sure that you know where that is. If you need help, please, in this environment of online, if you're feeling ill or need any assistance, feel free to put it on the chat or send someone online a message so we know how to assist. In the case of active threat, we always have the run, hide, and fight protocol in that order. We will all apply that in our respective places of work or at home. As we always remind people of psychological safety, just as important as physical safety, having a culture of respect, healthy conflict, welcoming multiple perspectives with an understanding of trust and culture of curiosity. And last but not least, the cybersecurity reminder, it's really as important as ever. Bad guys are out there and they're very active, trying to get us either with fake links. So this is where the fish alert report comes in for all OPD employees, but also a good reminder of QR codes. If you don't know, if ever in doubt, a QR code can also lead you to a trap or a hacking attempt. So just be aware, be on the look. It's always better to report anything suspicious. The worst thing that could happen is you lose a couple of minutes before you can reply to that email, but it's always good to report anything suspicious. With that, I conclude my safety briefing.
Great, thank you. Let's run through our guidelines for the conduct of the meeting. This regular board meeting will follow the agenda made available to the public on oppd.com. It's being conducted via WebEx conferencing and is being recorded. Our board meetings have public comment periods on the agenda. Comments made by all parties during the meeting are part of the official public record. After the introduction of action items, board members will ask clarifying questions of staff, then I'll ask for public comment. After public comment, the board will conduct its discussion of the matter and then vote. Also, before we adjourn, there will be an opportunity to comment on any other matters of district business. All comments tonight will be via WebEx. If you wish to make a comment, please send the meeting host a message using the chat feature or utilize the hand raise feature. Detailed instructions can be found on the OPPD website at the link shown on the screen. When I call on a member of the public to speak, please affirm that we can hear you before starting your comments. Please state your name, address, and the name of any organization or person you represent. Each person will be allotted 3 minutes per matter pending. To assist you, we'll use the timer on the screen and signal you when 30 seconds remain, as well as when time is up. If you have written materials, please email them to corporatesecretary@oppd.com and that will be received on our behalf. For all attendees, please direct your comments to me. I'll either respond to you directly or defer response to another board member or officer of the district. The board values and welcomes civil, respectful, clear, and concise communication from the public. During public comments, speakers should refrain from repetitious, profane, or irrelevant comments. Speakers shall refrain from polling the board as such vote is not on the agenda and is prohibited by law. Ms. Lane, will you please take roll call?
Director Bogner?
Here.
Director Kavanaugh? I see him online. Director Core?
I'm here.
Here.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Director Core?
Here.
Director Howard?
Here.
Director Hudson?
Here.
Director Moody?
Here.
Director Spurgeon?
Present.
Director Williams?
Here.
Notice of the time and place of this meeting was publicized by notifying the area news media, by publishing in the Omaha World Herald and notifying the Nebraska Press Association, OPPD Outlets newsletter, oppd.com, and social media. By displaying such notice on the arcade level of Energy Plaza, and by emailing such notice to each of the district's directors on June 13, 2025. A copy of the proposed agenda for this meeting has been maintained on a current basis and is readily available for public inspection in the office of the district's corporate secretary. Additionally, a copy of the Open Meetings Act is available for inspection on oppd.com.
All right, thank you. Tonight we're going to start with the president's report. So on to CEO Fernandez for that.
Thank you, Chair Core, and thank you for the flexibility. We're switching order a little bit from our traditional agenda just to allow for any members of the public who are still joining. They can still listen the remaining of the discussion. So my president's report this month, I want to thank all of you, of course, for joining us on Juneteenth. Today we celebrate the enduring legacy of freedom and perseverance. And I am really happy to share that OPPD employee, Fonda Cross, otherwise known as Miss OPPD, she joined several other local organizations to celebrate Juneteenth. We didn't have enough time to insert a few of the pictures of our participation on a few of the events that have already happened this week, but I wanted to recognize Fonda for representing OPPD in those events. Moving on to our base load generation report for the month of May. As you can see on your screen, Nebraska City Unit 1 and 2 had a capacity factor of 47 and 44% respectively. North Omaha Units 4 and 5, capacity factors of 48 and 68%. On Nebraska Generation, Nebraska City Unit 1, we had a 6-day maintenance outage that we planned, we anticipated, and that's to prepare the unit for the summer months. And on Unit 2 in Nebraska City, we wrapped up the planned spring outage and unfortunately had an additional forced outage due to a superheater piping leak and the dust collector safety event. But for the most part, again, the units perform the way they should perform. We're getting them ready. Nebraska City Unit 2 is on outage as we speak. We're fixing a couple of things in there, but very important for those units to be ready for the summer. That's already starting. As you can feel the temperatures outside getting pretty high. North Omaha Unit 4, the unit was derated a few days for repairs. And on North Omaha Unit 5, there was no major derates or outages in the month of May. Next slide, please. For our balancing generation for the month of May, again, we're still seeing quite a bit of activity here as the spring, the shoulder months wrap up. We see quite a bit of penetration of renewable energy, especially on wind generation. So this is where our balancing generation comes in very handy. You can see the activity in our Cass County station at 5% capacity factor, Jones Street 1%. Sarpy County saw quite a bit of activity in May, and it continues to see that activity in the month of June. But for the month of May, there was an 8% capacity factor. And just a reminder that still in the month of May, we were in that transition period from winter to summer months where North Omaha Units 1 and 2 started to be available, but really the one that saw activity was North Omaha Unit 3 with a capacity factor of 3%. And last, and certainly not least, our renewable generation portfolio. I'm happy to report the capacity factor for our entire renewable portfolio was 35.8%, with community solar accounting for 26.3%, Platteview Solar 10.8%. That we expect those capacity factors to increase as the summer months come in. Daylight hours are longer and the irradiance is stronger. Capacity factor for our wind portfolio was 33.7%, as expected, coming in online when we need it. Next up is the Power Up Conference. So on May 15th, Oppd hosted our annual customer event for large business customers and local leaders. Due to weather concerns, this event was rescheduled. Its original date was in March, and if you all remember, in March we had that very famous blizzard event. So I'm glad we canceled that the Power Up conference to make sure that we were able to restore power in March. We rescheduled that for May 15th. The event focused on strengthening relationships, discussing infrastructure development, addressing anticipated energy demand growth, and exploring collaboration opportunities in energy efficiency and demand response programs. It was a great event. We had a great Q&A session. Customers are engaged, asking questions about how are we growing, what are we doing to keep our system upgraded, etc. It was, from my vantage point, a very successful event. Next slide, please. El Cinco de Mayo. The parade of Cinco de Mayo happened on 10 de Mayo, on May 10th, not on May 5th. The parade, this was another year where the Berkshire annual event coincided with Cinco de Mayo, so the event organizers decided to split the event so that we could have good attendance on May 10th. The parade drew thousands of spectators every year, as like every year. This year's celebration marked 105 years of continued success doing this parade. I want to thank all the employees that participated in the parade, proudly showing our community engagement and community spirit. Next up is another volunteering event. The Oppd participated in APPA. APPA is the American Public Power Association. There's a day of giving that all public power entities across the United States participate, and this happened to be on Friday, June 6th. Every year, the APPA kicks off its national conference with our commitment to giving back and community service. Public power is part of Nebraska's history, serving the entire state since 1946. And of course, we couldn't be left behind, so we participated as well. A few pictures you have in front of you just show the examples of where our employees volunteered. The Nebraska Diaper Bank, wrapping over 9,000 diapers, which will serve about 260 babies. We participated with In Common, doing painting, cleaning, and landscaping. Also participated with Restoring Dignity, where we recycled old air conditioning units, cleaned and organized their storage closet, and also with Together Inc., where we stocked and organized their pantry. Again, you can see a lot of smiles. Most of the times we run out of spots. We have more employees wanting to volunteer than sometimes we have spots, which is fantastic to hear. This really speaks to the community engagement and spirit of giving back to the community. The last event I have to report is Rock the Block. Once again, this time on June 7, Oppd partnered with the Minnelusa Neighborhood Association and Habitat for Humanity in Omaha on the Rock the Block event, where more than 75 volunteers from Oppd and the community spruced up the neighborhood, the Minnelusa Elementary School, community gardens, and community center. This is, again, a tradition that is a favorite for our volunteers, where we get to connect and really make an impactful difference. I received a very thoughtful, very nice thank you note from the Minnelusa Neighborhood Association president, thanking us. Again, it's just a great opportunity for the communities to come together and work together. The last slide, as I always do, this is a good reminder of the work that we do is honorable. We honor our community, we have a passion to serve, and we care about each other. And sometimes the work we do can be hazardous and lead to death. In this case, we are remembering Jimmy Dobbs, who died on May 4 of 1988, resulting from electrocution that occurred while he was relocating a power line for a highway project southwest of Ashland along Highway 6. Jimmy was 40 years old and had been with Oppd for 14 years at the time of his death. Jimmy was described as the kind of person who picked people up when they were down. He was everyone's friend, on or off the job. Jimmy was survived by his wife, Daylene, daughters Anne-Marie and Carolyn, his mother, 2 brothers, and 3 sisters. And that, Chair Core, concludes my President's report.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Fernandez, excuse me. We will move to the consent agenda action items now. Ms. Lane, please.
Consent agenda action items are as follows. Item 7, approval of the April 2025 financial report. May 2025 meeting minutes and the June 19, 2025 agenda. Item 8, 2025 labor agreement ratification, IBEW 1483, resolution number 6710. Item 9, SD 15, enterprise risk management monitoring report, resolution number 6711. Item 10, SD2 rates monitoring report, resolution number 6712. Item 11, 2025-2026 NC2 unit number 2 separate electric system revenue bond series, resolution number 6713. 2025-2026 NC2 unit number 2 separate electric system revenue bond sales, resolution number 6714. Item 13, declining block rates and energy management credit removal, resolution number 6715. Item 14, RFP 6193 North Omaha to Epley Manhole Duct Line Construction Contract Award, resolution number 6716. And item 15, NOS ELG Building and Equipment Engineer Certificate to Negotiate, resolution number 6717.
Thank you. If there aren't any corrections, changes, or additions to the consent agenda items, I need a motion and a second to approve them.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. We discussed these action items at the All Committees meeting on Tuesday, June 17th. Are there any members of the public on WebEx that have a comment? Please send a chat to the meeting host or use the hand raise feature in WebEx. Telephone users can press *3 to raise their hand.
Call in user 402769.
All right. If you can hear me, you can start whenever.
This is John Pollock, 1412 North 35th Street, Omaha. My comment in looking over the items, I see that it looks like you've decided to retain the $30 base fee. I've been opposed to that for a long time, and this is just a reminder that there are people for whom it's a financial burden. The other is that I am in favor of the flat fee as opposed to the declining block. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Lane, are there any other comments?
No more comments.
All right, great. If you could take the roll, please.
Director Bachner? Yes. Director Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Director Corr?
Yes.
Director Howard? Yes. Director Hudson?
Yes.
Director Moody?
Yes.
Director Spurgeon?
Yes.
Director Williams?
Yes.
Motion carried 8-0. The board discussion action item this month is item 16, AMI opt-out service charge. Excuse me, AMI opt-out service charge, resolution number 6718. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the Omaha Public Power District that the proposed revisions to the district's service regulations and schedules attached hereto relating to 470M and 470N of Rider Schedule number 470 are approved.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Director Moody. Board, we need a second.
Second.
Ms. Lane, could you move the slide forward just so that we have the motion on the screen?
Apologize, I had my screen on pause. Thank you so much.
Did you get the?
Did we get a second, Director Corr? Sorry.
I believe we did. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Colleagues, we have a rate action in front of us. As you all know, we are in the early stages of AMI adoption, all new meters throughout the district. And we want to give our customer owners optionality for opting out of those meters. As you all know, PPD has historically provided our customers with that option. And also, as you all know, additional cost considerations have been identified to reflect this transition to continue to provide that level of flexibility. And so it's, in essence, we've got two rate riders that are on the table for approval. The first is 470M. It is, in essence, a $50 recurring charge on a monthly basis to cover the costs of reading those meters. And the second is 470N. That is a one-time upfront charge in order to procure these meters, install them, and handle a variety of other things in order to get those meters up and running. We discussed this over a month ago. We had a 30-day period where our customer owners had an opportunity to provide comment. We received some, but very few. And none of them, I think, at least in my view, as the chair of the Finance Committee, caused us as the committee to revisit the rate and the rate structure. So that's the lay of the land. I'll stop there and turn over to you, Director Corr, to facilitate the conversation.
Great, thank you. I appreciate it. Is there any board member that has any comments or questions? Okay. I think hearing none. Is there anyone from the public that would?
I believe Director Spurgeon raised her hand. Sorry.
I apologize, Director Spurgeon. Director Spurgeon, go ahead, please.
Thank you. Yeah, hard to see everything at once here. Just I think this is a good option for our customer owners to have. I had the pleasure of having a preview of how the AMI is going to work in the district and the benefits it's going to bring to the organization. So I understand that some of the comments reflect a potential loss of privacy with these new meters, and others that may be health aspects that are associated with them. I am hopeful that as people who are a little bit leery about this receive more information about how the meters actually work, what they can do and what they can't do, that those fears and concerns will be alleviated. But I think at any rate, this is a great way to allow people to have the option to do what feels best for them. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Fernandez, anybody from your team that would care to comment?
No, I think we've discussed this well, and no additional information to contribute.
All right, I appreciate it. Are there any members of the public on WebEx that have a comment? Please send a chat to the meeting host or use the hand raise feature in WebEx. Telephone users can also press *3.
No comments.
Okay, with no comments, I believe we could take the roll.
Director Bogner?
Yes.
Director Kavanaugh?
Yes.
Director Corr?
Yes.
Director Howard?
No.
Director Hudson?
Yes.
Director Moody?
Yes.
Director Spurgeon?
Yes.
Director Williams?
Yes.
Motion carried 7-1.
All right, thank you. Now would be the time for opportunity for comment on other items of district business. Same as before, if there's any members that would like to make a comment, please utilize the hand raise feature, or send a chat to the web host. Telephone users, you can press *3 to raise your hand.
User 402680.
User 402680, can you hear us? If you can, please go ahead.
Yes, David Bagley, 4611 South 96th Street, Omaha. As I recall, Vice President Lisa Olson's retirement is effective in July. I see she's no longer on the webpage. And, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you
go
hear
ahead,
me?
sir. Yes, sir.
Did you hear the first part?
We did.
Oh, okay. Well, Lisa Olson did the company a big benefit with her clever ad campaigns about OPPD as your friend. Last meeting, David Corbin said that Berkshire Hathaway Energy was going to close its coal plants, but I went back and looked at the transcript, and this is what CEO Greg Abel said. But the reality is we still need those 5 coal units to keep the system stable. We cannot have a Spain-Portugal situation. And 3 people died in Spain in April because of the blackout. Knox County, Nebraska, I'm the special county attorney, passed a resolution banning commercial wind and solar. That was done on June 11th. And I will send the resolution to the corporate secretary so it can be in the official record. And then, every single day I get notifications about more power data centers. Just today, 600 megawatt data center in Great Falls, Montana, 10 billion in North Carolina, 10 billion in Memphis, Tennessee. I see where Turtle Creek is now online, and that's, 450 megawatts. And, I don't know if all that power is spoken for, but it sure is nice to have reliable baseload power and not the intermittent and expensive wind and solar. So far, it's been pretty cold, or it hasn't been very hot this year, but you're going to be needing that sometime in August, I'm sure. So, in conclusion, it's really a crying shame. Mississippi, Montana, North Dakota, Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, North Carolina, they're all passing Nebraska. Nebraska has just been left behind
30 seconds.
because OPPD doesn't have enough reliable power, and that really should change. So thank you very much.
Thank you for those comments. Is there anybody else that would like to make a comment?
John Pollock.
Okay, please go ahead.
John Pollock, 1412 North 35th Street, Omaha. Thank you. This is, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is concerning the weather. Our most immediate concern is a serious heat wave coming up. We're going to be reaching or exceeding 100 degrees, looks like Friday through the weekend. And the pattern that is doing it is going to be moving very slowly east. So Monday is up for grabs. Tuesday and Wednesday will probably be on the cooler side of a front, but that still remains to be seen. And the pattern gradually shifts east. Along with that, we're going to be seeing a much increased chance of thunderstorms with the front in our vicinity. We might finally get some rain, before that, it's certainly going to be a strain on our system, both urban and also rural with irrigation needs, because it's going to be hot and windy. The primary impact is actually going to be to the east of us. The SPP at the northern end were fairly anomalous, but as you go further south, their weather isn't as unusual for this time of year. So the overall demand in the SPP will probably not prove to be as high as further east. For the remainder of the month, probably back towards normal. However, the outlook for the whole summer, if we don't get adequate rain, the summer season tends to run hotter than usual. And this year is looking like one of those where we're running out of time to make up our moisture. Hopefully we'll be able to do it. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your comments. Ms. Lane, are there any other comments?
No more comments.
Thank you. CEO Fernandez or any board members, would you like to make a comment before we adjourn? I think I'm seeing none, but can somebody confirm that for me?
Not from me.
Okay, great. Well, thanks everybody for joining us tonight, and have a good rest of your evening.